You're watching TVC Breakfast. It's time for us to see what the headlines are across Nigerian newspapers. And I have with me regulars on a Monday like this. I have Dr. Dayo Kayode here with me. Dr. Kayode, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
And let's say good morning to Otumba Babatunde Odebeyi for always sticking to your station.
All right.
He said you can't do without listening
to
you.
We commend so many of our ardent viewers out there on daily basis.
A lot of them.
Right. Now, Dr. John will be joining us as we get along on the program this morning. Let's start with Daily Trust. Daily Trust newspaper says Kaduna attacks. That's the focus here. Embassies, international organizations cut off Northwest. And 41 women, 22 men, 5 kids held by train attackers. Released Bank of Agriculture MD relieves ordeal. And VIPs expatriates among captives. Families jittery over kidnapper silence. And soldiers, policemen take over Abuja Kaduna Road, helicopter hovering. Okay, we'll certainly be talking about this as we get along. Leadership newspaper is the next one. Leadership says 2023, finally, Oshibajo joins presidential race, raising stake to new level. Vice President to ride on deep bonds, relationship with state governors, astute politicians across party divides. That's what the leadership has. From there, let's go to Blueprint. And it says 90 days after Tinubu's declaration, Oshibajo joins presidential race today, meets APC governors, plans 10-minute video broadcast. Right? That's what the Blueprint has. And the Nation newspaper, Oshibajo to APC governors, I am running for president, says he has informed Buhari, vice president, to declare today. Okay, that's the Nation newspaper. Punch newspaper is the next one. It says Oshibajo joins presidential race, meets 12 APC governors. That's what the Punch newspaper has. And then the Guardian, we move to Guardian next. It says Oshibajo ends consultation with APC governors, declares today. All right. Oshibajo ends consultation with APC governors and declares today. That's the Guardian. Tribune is next. And it says 2023, Oshibajo inform APC governors of bid for presidency. Set to declare publicly today via social media platforms. That's what the Tribune has. And from there, let's go to This Nigeria. This Nigeria says, Bode George exclusive 2023, PDP must stick to zoning. It remains sacrosanct in our constitution. You shouldn't mess up our party. That's what is credited to Bode George as saying. This Nigeria. Daily Times is next. And it says 2023, why PDP must return to power. You is saying this. This is you, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. George warns party, says ignoring zoning will spell doom for PDP. Urges PDP national chairman to revisit state's Congress crisis. Right? That's what the Daily Times has. News Direct is the next one now, and it says 2023 presidential election, hope rises for Southeast as Labour Party leaders lobby Peter Obi. Okay, that's what News Direct has. National Economy is the next one now. CBN others may introduce more regulations on cryptocurrency as PwC ranks eNaira first on central bank digital currency projects globally. All right. PricewaterhouseCoopers there. All right. That's National Economy. Business Day is the last one we're looking at now. Big story. Trapped vessels put Nigeria's fertilizer production at risk. Threatens food security. That's what Business Day has in there. All right. Okay, now those are some of the headlines. Now, gentlemen, I have Dr. joining me now on Skype, on Zoom from Akure. Dr. It's good to have you join me now.
Good morning, Mike. It's good to be here.
Good morning.
And happy Monday to you.
Exactly, and same to you as well. All right. Most of the stories on the headlines today talk about Vice President Yemi Osinbajo declaring for president to run for presidency. Most of the newspapers today have that. I'll just make us comment briefly on that. Then we move on to the big story that talks about the Kaduna attack, which is on the Daily Trust newspaper. Doctor, let me start with you on this. A lot of people have been declaring. In fact, last week we had the Minister of Transport declare for presidency, and we're hearing that all things being equal, the Vice President will declare today. What do you make of this?
Okay, the Vice President has already declared 7 a.m. this morning. He came on air on some platform to actually say that he will be the president. And Mike, do not trust me to the point of thinking that I will not also declare. I think it's the constitutional right. but honestly, I think it's the constitutional right of every Nigerian that so desires. If you have the capacity, you have the character, and above all, if you have the deep pocket to actually muster power with some of the great men and women that have declared so far. So I think it's the right of everyone, and I don't want us to make a noise out of somebody declaring that the Vice President, the Transport Minister, or even Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu or any other person. I think it's the right of everyone Nigerian who is qualified.
Okay. Diakayode, the point there is, in all of these declarations, as much as everyone has the right to, declare or contest for any office in the land, so long as the areas that the Constitution spelled out, you have the right, except for certain areas where there are criminal this against you, or you are, an ex-convict or something, or things like that. Everyone has a right to, but must everybody declare really to run for president?
Yeah, you see, in as much as you are a Nigerian and the Constitution allows you to join any party and then to vote and then be voted for, then even as you are, you can also declare. It doesn't stop anybody. I mean, nothing stops you from declaring. But I think why Osinbajo's own is much louder is because he's in quotes now, seemingly godfather, somebody that claims that he brought him into politics of Lagos. Then from there, pushing forward to become the Vice President as declared, which is Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. And people are now looking at it, definitely the son will not want to fight against the father. But now that he has thrown his own cap too, people are now saying, okay, how will the two of them be able to resolve? Especially, the two of them are also from the Southwest. And mark you, even presidency have been zoned to the South by APC. So people now want to see how the two of them will reconcile their interests within the same party in these coming elections. But then, Osinbajo, how many governors is APC having? But he brought in to his declaration 12 of them. The remaining, where are they? Who are they with? So it's a big issue.
There are about 23 APC governors.
The presidency headed by Buhari, who is he going to support among the two? Because where it tends is a weight also matters a lot in this calculation. But then as time goes by, we Nigerians will see what is going to become of either Asiwaju or they call him PYO, Abi, or PYO.
Well, the point there is everyone has the right whatsoever to contest, like Dr. has said earlier on. But Dr., the point there is, as much as everyone has the right to contest and has the liberty to contest, there are so many other political dynamics that shape why we should all either vote for this person or vote for that person and all of that. When you look at those dynamics, what would you say concerning the persons you are seeing so far on the landscape?
I think in reality, no zone or no nationality in Nigeria is short of great people. But again, the major issue with Nigeria, like I've always said, a lot of people will come out. If you go out of the studio now, you ask even a 4-year-old boy, he will tell you that the major challenge is that of leadership. So I think majorly, from the people I have seen, I don't want to judge them politically. And what I mean by not judging them politically is that I don't want to pinpoint to parties here and there. But there's something I want us to note. The kind of leaders that we eventually have as the president of Nigeria will reflect our true democratic character. So we may continue to wish and speak that we need great leaders until we also check our political character as a people. We may not be able to get the kind of leaders we need. Now, what do I mean by this? A lot of parties have come up, or a lot of individuals have come up with, oh, this is what I want to do when I emerge as the president. But how are the people taking it? That's number one. Number two, because I have often told you this story, and I've said it again, and I'll continue to say it. In the community where I came out from, you know, when I was running for office, I went to them, I sold myself to them, and they accepted. The first meeting we had, 204 people came. And on the day of election, only 12 people voted. What happened between the time that they accepted me and the time of the vote? Money happened. So if the character of the Nigerian people, I mean the political character of the Nigerian people, does not align with great leadership, we may continue to say, oh, this is the person we want, this is the person we do not want. And on the day of election, simple, minute thing like money will play out, and again, we will miss it. So I do not want to judge the individual characters that I've seen now, politically speaking. I just hope that the Nigerian populace will get to a point where at the end of the day, we will even look beyond party lines to choose whosoever that we think has the capacity. And I keep laying emphasis on capacity, Mike. The nation is sharply divided as we speak. We need somebody with the character to unite the people. As we speak now, you said we are going to talk about insecurity. It has become a major challenge for us as a people. The economy is not smiling. We remember 2015, I think the dollar was hovering around 200 naira. We know how much it is today. We know that we've not been able to grow our economy. Most annoyingly, Mike, we know what's it called? The interest rate is in Nigeria. And we want to develop small-scale enterprises. So these are some of the issues. But again, I am speaking because I'm talking from the point of experience. We may continue to wish for great leadership, but until we align the character of the Nigerian populace, I mean the voting populace, with the good leadership qualities that we need, we may never get there.
Okay, Dr. Kayode, the point there is, if you check our political history, there has always been a certain way of balancing the presidency and political office based on some very, very visible peculiarities that we have. One is our ethnic group. The other is the issue of religion. And then maybe money on the other hand, and all of that. Now, when we talk about Nigeria has to move from all of those areas into a realm where we're talking of a credible leader, where we make reference to the United States, we make reference to the UK and other developed, do you think Nigeria has the political maturity to begin to make decisions in that regard? It doesn't matter where anybody comes from. The first time we tested the issue of Muslim ticket was in 1993 under MK Abiola,
and you can see
it was an amazing. In fact, it's been rated the best election Nigeria ever participated in. But talk to us in that regard.
Now, you see, it's a pity that we have not been able to develop ourselves the way we should. Even though, there was a time I mentioned here that you can be educated and at the same time be relegated. Why am I saying this? A lot of our educated people, a lot of the people that are supposed to be within our political landscape, they have slept off. And again, they look at themselves as, how can I mingle with this kind of a people? I was somewhere yesterday, because right now I'm involved in real grassroots politics. Whenever I'm going for meetings, I drop my PhD cap somewhere because it won't work. Those people are the grassroots. They don't want to know whether you have your PhD or whatever. And sometimes when you hear them talk, when you hear them speak, you will be amazed. A lot of them out there, that when it comes to political maneuvering, with your professorship, you cannot match them. Let's come again to develop a political arena. Which state is Uncle Bidemi from? Biden. Biden in the US.
Oh, so
I always call him Uncle Bidemi. Which state is he from? Do we know his religion? How about Pelosi, who is in the House of Reps? Do we know his religion? Do we know the state he comes from?
Alaska.
No. What I'm saying is, nobody is looking at where you are coming from, but we are looking at capacity. We are looking at your involvement.
But United States is over 200 years.
It doesn't matter. Listen. If you look at your children, let's look at it from that family perspective. You see, firstborn will be able, the time it will take your first child to learn 1, 2, 3 to 10 will be more than the one it will take your second child, because he or she will be imitating the one in front, and the third one, the time it will take that one will also be lesser. So because we are seeing what is happening there, we ought to have been able to pick 1 or 2 things from them, and we are not even picking from just one person. We could pick from US, we could pick from UK, we could pick from European Union. Do you understand? Even we can pick from Rwanda. That small Rwanda there, we should be able to pick from there. So these are issues that we should put into cognizance in this our coming election. And I've been telling people, look, our coming election is only going to lead us to a way of building that particular foundation that will reset our country. Either you like it or not, you will see. We are now going to reset this our country. Because it is appalling for us to be electing leaders based on religion, based on where you come from, based on your... No, it has to be capacity first. Then we now look at your character, because you might have the capacity and not having the character. If you have the capacity, like for instance your educational qualification, but you don't have the character, but when you get there, all you'll be doing is to be stealing our money, then you are not qualified.
Okay, let me make Dr. comment on this before we move in the remaining minutes to move into the other area. Now the point there is this issue of ethnic group or religion and all of that. This is what makes who we are. We often make reference to the United States, where those divides don't shape their history. But this is what shapes our own history. How should we balance between who we really are? Because we can't run away from our cultures. We can't run away from the religion that we all profess one way or the other. But these things have been, they've come to become real with us. But how do we balance this with the issue of merit that we always look forward to?
I think majorly we have only one cure from ethnic politics, or call it religious kind of politics. And the cure from it, Mike, is good governance. If you go out there now, or if I live where I am now and go out, I think majorly Nigerians are not even interested. Majorly, if you really dig deep into their heart, they are not really interested whether the man ruling is actually from my tribe. No. Why that is becoming an issue is because of the fact that over the time, they have seen that somebody is sitting there as the governor or president or anybody, and is not distributing the wealth equitably. So we unconsciously came up with the idea that, oh, if he's from my community, maybe he will look at our direction. So what is the cure? Good governance. If you give Nigerians good governance today, I tell you that they will forget about whether you are even practicing their religion. It's because of the fact that over the time they've not had good governance. That's why they are thinking, or we are thinking that, oh, if the person is from my tribe, maybe he will start the road project from my area. If good governance can go around, which we know can actually go around. You see, the essence of having, because a lot of people don't understand, the essence of having the House of Assembly or the National Assembly is for everyone to be represented. The president is not supposed to represent anybody. It's supposed to be a symbol of unity of the Nigerian people. And at that instance, where he comes from ordinarily should not have mattered. But because of the fact that if you are looking for somebody from your zone, you are going to talk to your National Assembly member or your House of Assembly member. It's supposed to take your voice up there. Understanding, one, the peculiarity of your community. Number two, the thinking pattern of your culture. Number three, the behavioral pattern of your people. So this person that is coming understands all this, then is projecting it through policy at the House or the National Assembly. So it is because we do not have good governance. That's why everybody is now trying to hide under religion. Sir, I am a Christian, and I do not care whether you are a Christian or a Muslim. So far, you will give me that thing that I require. And what do I require? It's the same thing I've been complaining over the time. I want to be able to travel from Abuja. It's less than 2 hours from Abuja to Kaduna. I don't want to fly. If I don't even want to enter the train, I want to enjoy the road system. What do I need? I need electricity. I do not want to pray before I have power in my house. These are the basic things that I need. What do I need? I want to be able to travel from your Lagos to my Akure without thinking that I will be kidnapped. What do I need? These are basic things. I want my beautiful daughter to be able to go to school and have qualitative education without me taking loan from bank app or anything. So once I can get this, Mike, I think it's going to reduce this emphasis on the president must come from my zone, the president must come from my tribe, because we already have people from my zone and my tribe already representing me. Good governance.
All right.
And inclusively, local government should be made to be autonomous because it is closer to the people. And the moment local government is closer to the people, the local government understands the culture of that area. It understands the language of that area. It understands the relationship among the people there. So by so doing, nobody will be talking about the president again, rather the local government.
All right. Now, let me release Dotun to leave now. Thank you very much, Dotun John, for coming on the program this morning. We appreciate
it's
you.
A pleasure.
Thank you. Right. Now the issue of local government. Now, actually, it's closer to the people. Yeah. Recall that there are, laws, tinkering with the laws to see how all of those things can be infused to take care of such kind of peculiarities, because some of the things we always call on the presidency,
actually
there are things that local governments, or states should handle. Now, we can't leave but comment on this, the story on the front page of the Daily Trust that talks about the fallouts from the Kaduna train attack. It says that the embassies, international organizations cut off Northwest. The insecurity in Northwest, as much as the security agencies are saying we are handling the issue, we still have the challenges there. Now about 41 women, 22 men, 5 kids are still being held by the train attackers.
Mike, let me ask you this. Will it not be appalling, hypothetical now, appalling on the management of this station to be telling us that probably for the past 5 years, somebody has been hiding somewhere within the premises and still could not locate where that person is hiding? Knowing fully well that, one, you have CCTV in all the perimeter of the premises. Knowing fully well that all the rooms are being inspected. Knowing fully well that there is nobody that moves around here that their faces are not known. It's not appalling. So also it is appalling for us to be saying we do not know where these bandits are hiding within the territory called Nigeria. Meanwhile, we have our Niger Comsat, I will always say it, that claims is having 3 satellites in the orbit. These satellites are supposed to be combing the territorial integrity of Nigeria. Okay? We also have our hovercrafts moving around. So how are you telling me that you don't know where these bandits are hiding, and since all these days you have not been able to root them out from where they are hiding? Again, how many of them have you been able to apprehend and then punish appropriately? Even those that you were able to apprehend, what did you do to them? Who do you think they be loyal to? Who do they think they be loyal? They can't be loyal to you, because they have been trained and psyched up for years before being allowed to join them there. So can you remove that from their brain within 2 weeks, and then you now decide to bring them back to the system?
Right.
So these are issues that we have to look at.
Okay.
It's beyond buying Tucano or changing service chiefs.
All right. Now, there was a video that went viral about a week ago or several days ago, showing a drone hovering over a kind of a forest with some, bandits and some people like that claiming that it was a Nigerian situation. But after fact checking, it was found out that it actually emanated from Kenya and not Nigeria, as it is. But it's all right.
As regards that, even if it has emanated from Kenya or wherever, have we also not heard in this country that our own aircraft was supplying water, supplying food materials to some people in the forest?
Well, it was all alleged.
Alleged, either alleged or not. There is no smoke without fire. Right. Why don't you investigate?
Let's leave it here now. Yeah, let's leave it here now. Thank you very much, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for coming on the program. I wish we had more time to talk about all these, isn't it?
Yeah,
well done.
I know sometimes we're going to have enough time to talk about it.
Exactly.
Yes.
We thank Dr. John for joining us earlier on Zoom from Akure. You're watching TVC Breakfast.